Welcome to CCG TV, the Keep Columbus Beautiful Earthnotes. Spring has sprung and we're so excited. I know that you all are too. So we have a wonderful program for you all today. I have two great guests. One person who's new to working with Keep Columbus as a volunteer. And then we have one of those who've been recycled on and off and on and off again. But I know that you all really want to hear everything that we have to say about our upcoming tour of gardens as well as our awards luncheon. So I know you want to stay tuned to see and talk about, or hear us talk about rather, what is going to go on and how you can actually participate and support all of our efforts. And for those of you all now who are tuning in for the very first time, I am Gloria Weston Smart, the director for Keep Columbus Beautiful, and our mission is to engage and educate individuals to be good stewards to our environment. And beautifying our community is just one of those. So today we're going to be talking about beautification of our community as well as recognizing individuals, businesses, community partners for the efforts that they've done throughout this year to help increase environmental stewardship. So my very first guest is Helen Phillips, and I'm so excited that she's here. Welcome to our set, Helen.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here at your set.
Good. You know, let me tell you, our organization could not exist without volunteers. And we have volunteers with the commitment that you come with. It really makes a difference, not only to our organization, to our community. So let me just tell you first, thank you so much for working with us on our tour of gardens. And I'd like for our audience to know a little bit about you. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and your profession, and what you're enjoying now, and how happy you are to be a part of Keep Columbus Beautiful.
Well, now, first, I'm very happy.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
I am from Alabama, so that's not very far away. You can see it from here and from some people's backyards.
That's cute.
Anyway, I've graduated from Auburn University a very long time ago.
Okay.
And then I raised a family, 3 kids, and lived in Ohio for a good spell, and got the opportunity to come back to Auburn and get a master's degree when I was 50 years old.
Oh,
so
it's awesome. It's never too late.
It's never too late to do what else you think you might like to do.
That's great.
So I did do that in horticulture and went right straight to Callaway Gardens, and I worked there for 10 years, and then worked with the Callaway family, forming Rocky Branch Garden Center that a lot of people find a familiar name in. So that was just wonderful to get to know the community and to love the area. And part of my experience was with the Garden Center was to help people design their gardens.
Oh, wonderful.
So the benefit of that is you just make fast heart friends doing that, because you know you're doing something to make them happy, you improve their properties,
and something they can see grow.
Yes.
Yeah, and just beautify the area.
And you teach every day, and they teach you right back. So
wonderful.
Anyway, that's why this project to me is so exciting, because obviously flowers and gardens are my deal. So this is the best opportunity for everybody to get into these private spaces that
that we're going to feature.
You have no idea are behind these houses.
I know. Well, you know, before we get into that, let me just say too, I really can't thank Beverly enough for really reaching out to you and asking you to come and be a part of our committee for this year, because we know that this is going to be a great project for the community to see, and it's coming at a wonderful time of the year, because at the end of this month, on the 20th and the 21st, it's really the end of May.
It's end of May, yes.
End of May,
yes.
That's right. I'm jumping ahead, you all. I tell you, my schedule has been so full. It's
well,
been
here's
a little
the thing.
bit crazy. Okay.
You have to give these people, it's like putting your house on tour.
Okay.
And you have to paint, and you have to redo, and you have to get new cushions.
Ready for, that's right.
You know, well, the gardens also are in process of being redone and made more exciting and more floriferous.
Just ready for everybody to really come out and enjoy.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
It will be worth a ticket.
Right. And so our tour of gardens will take place on May the 20th, which is on a Saturday, And on Sunday, May the 21st, from 9 until 3 on Saturday, and from 11 until 3.
11:30.
11 to 11:30 until 3 on Sunday.
Yes.
Right. And we're featuring gardens in Midtown Columbus.
Yes, Midtown hasn't been featured, and I think this garden tour, from my information, always chooses a separate section of town.
That's right.
To highlight the wonderful houses there and the people and the businesses, and so it's a great way to explore new parts of old parts of Columbus in this case.
That's right.
That you don't find yourself familiar with.
Absolutely. And now tell us a little bit about the ticket price for this tour of gardens.
Okay, the ticket sales are $30 if you buy a ticket in advance.
Okay.
$35 if you buy a ticket the day, either day, and tickets
Okay.
are for sale at each venue. So each home that is on the garden tour, you can purchase tickets.
Right.
If you plan ahead and you gather your friends together, or your club, or however you want to gather
That's
up,
right.
10 or more, then the tickets are $25.
But you have to purchase all 10 of those tickets at one time.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we have our commissioners for Keep Columbus Beautiful. They'll be selling tickets. So if you all know any of our commissioners, you can call out or reach out to them, and they'll be happy to sell all 10 of their tickets at one time. We have ticket sales locations. Sugars is one of our ticket locations, and Porch, Bloomers. Then we have Oxbow Meadows Environmental Learning Center, and Wade Cleaners on Linwood. So those are our ticket sales locations, and we certainly do hope that you all would reach out and go out and really buy 10 tickets at a time or one at a time, but you certainly want to get them before the day of, because you don't want to pay an extra $5 for the ticket.
Yes, and we
Would you
want to
agree?
say that is the best Mother's Day gift, birthday gift,
It is.
anniversary present, if your family is into gardening or they just enjoy going around in a great location. So, you know, you can give these as gifts.
You know, you're absolutely right. And with Mother's Day's coming up, and celebrating anniversaries, and just time to just spend with each other. So if you just have a sister that's like a good friend that you want to pick up and
A
just
neighbor.
a neighbor, that's right, or just a group of people that you associate. We'll just say anyone in your sphere of influence.
That's right.
Yeah, just bring them out for a wonderful day, for our wonderful 2 days, really.
2 days.
And then there are also a lot of eating places in the area. So they can tour gardens and then go out to eat and then come back and tour, or go back and tour again. So that would work out for them too, right?
That's right.
Good,
That's right.
good,
Just
good.
make a fun day of it.
Yes, yes. You know, I wanted to say too, you mentioned Rocky Branch Nursery, and many years ago with John Flournoy, we purchased a lot of native azaleas from you
Right.
all.
Yes.
And we put them down on the riverbanks. And then we had another friend that worked out there for a while. We used to get a lot of products from you all. And I know Trees Columbus actually was getting some products from Rocky Branch when it was is it still in existence now?
No, it's gone out of business, but the evidence of its
It's still-
existence
okay.
is
It's still there.
flourishing.
That's right.
That's right.
All right then. Well, let me tell you again how much we do appreciate you being a part of the committee, all the work that you have done, that you will do to make sure that this is a successful program. We really do appreciate it. And it could not have happened without people who are like you. So I have this little phrase that I picked up some time ago. It says, people like you make people like me really love and appreciate people like you.
Oh, that's going back and forth a little bit.
I know it is, isn't it? I know. But thank you again, and we certainly appreciate you taking time to be on our show. And don't forget, you all, the Tour of Gardens, the 2017 Keep Columbus Beautiful Tour of Gardens will take place on May the 20th and the 21st. And we're looking forward to you all coming out and having a wonderful time, because, you know, spring has sprung and you need to just be in the right spirit. And come on out to our tour. We'll be right back with another guest who's going to talk about how we want to celebrate individuals, businesses, and schools that really have worked very hard to demonstrate their stewardship to our environment. And remember, you know, it's always up to us as an individual and collectively as a group to make sure that we take care of what takes care of us, what really gives us life, and that is our natural environment. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages,
Je m'appelle François.
and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
This is your new kitten, or your new puppy. Every day, 70,000 puppies and kittens just like them are born in the U.S. Cute, right? Well, what's not cute is that half of all litters are accidents. And when a kitten has a litter of oopsies and a puppy has a litter of uh-ohs, pretty soon you have thousands and thousands of OMGs. And that leads to millions of pets being killed in shelters each year. But if 80% of pet owners say they believe in spaying and neutering, then what gives? Well, it turns out those sweet little fuzzballs can get pregnant sooner than you think. A lot sooner. But here's the good news. You can stop the accident before it happens. You just have to remember one number. 4, as in 4 months. When you bring home Maggie or Ruby or Puddle or Clyde, get them fixed at 4 months. It can be old enough to get pregnant, and it's definitely young enough to make a difference. Prevent more, fix at month 4.
Welcome back to CCG TV. I'm Gloria Weston Smart with the Keep Columbus Beautiful Commission. And, you know, I mentioned earlier that I had another guest that I know that you want to view and get information from, but prior to him talking, I want to give you a couple of things that are coming up. On April the 22nd, which is Earth Day, Keep Columbus Beautiful will have 3 different shredding events at 3 different locations. So on Saturday, the 22nd of April, we will be on site at Kmart on Macon Road, as well as Airport Thruway and Macedonia Baptist Church, which is off of Casita Road, from 9 until 1, shredding papers. We'd love for you all to go through your house and do some spring cleaning, bring all of your papers that are personal papers that you want to make sure that are shredded, bring those out and we're going to shred those for free. So make sure you put that date on your calendar. That is April the 22nd. It's going to be at Kmart on Airport Thruway, in the parking lot on both of those Kmarts, Airport Thruway as well as Macon Road, and then we'll be in the parking lot of Macedonia Baptist Church right off of Casita Road. So make sure you put those down. We want to make sure that we celebrate Earth Day by doing the right thing. Shredding those papers will help us to reuse that material, not cut down too many trees. So do your part and bring your papers out. And then also the Winterfield community will be celebrating a cleanup activity. So we'll have cleanup activities and some plantings, and we're going to actually start in that community at 10, from 10 until 2. We'll be at Martin Luther King Elementary School. So if you're all in the area, please come out. We're going to have a lot of fun, engaging activities. Almost every department of the City of Columbus will be there to give information out. So if you know someone who's looking for a job, we will have their unit there that will give information, helping you to write a resume, look for a job. You know, we're also going to have Paul's there, and just almost every department. So put that on your calendar. Also on April the 22nd, and that is in the Winterfield community over at Martin Luther King Junior Elementary School. Now, I know that was a mouthful, so I need to get back to my next guest, who is Dr. Billy Kendall. And he's really not a stranger to the Keep Columbus Beautiful Commission, because he's been rotated on and off and on and off. If you see those recycling symbols, the arrows that go around and around and around and around, Billy, I can say that you really kind of fit in that pattern for Keep Columbus Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. So Dr. Kendall, why don't you tell us really a little bit about you, about your history, and then we'll go into what you're going to do for Keep Columbus Beautiful.
Well, I, of course, raised and born and raised in Columbus, and spent most of my career, 35 years, as an employee of the Muskogee County School District, and those last 20 years as assistant to the superintendent.
Yeah, I know.
I've been fortunate enough the past few years, since retiring from the school system, to be Director of Community Relations for Greystone Properties.
Great.
And that has been a very positive and a rewarding experience as well.
Wonderful.
You know, listening to you, I've been involved with KCBC and the commission
on and off
for many, many years, but specifically involved with the awards luncheon. And let me get that right off to begin with. when I think of May, I think of the KCBC
See,
Awards Luncheon.
I
And,
think of it too, Billy.
Right, and to put that out right at the beginning before we talk about the purpose and,
Yeah.
the details of it, but it will be this year, Thursday, May the 11th
That's
at
right.
11:30 in the morning through about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a buffet luncheon and an award ceremony,
That's
and we'll
right.
get to that in just a second. And one thing we want to note this year, we will be in a new venue.
That's right.
We'll be at the Cunningham Center on the campus of CSU.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's Thursday, May the 11th. This year's theme is beautifying Columbus through its gardens.
And I think that's such a wonderful theme to go right into our tour of gardens.
Right,
So absolutely
right.
wonderful.
But listening to you, you know, just, and, you know, I was going, wow, just in the next 30 days.
Yes, it's a whole lot
All
going
the
on.
events that we have going on and activities. And that's just the next 30 days.
That's
We
just the
have
next
just
30
as
days.
much going on the next, or all the other
The
11
days.
months
That's right.
of the year.
Absolutely.
And that's what the awards luncheon is about. It's an opportunity, and it's really several, 2 or 3-fold, but it's an opportunity for the organization to reflect back over the last 12 months
right.
of our events, our activities, and our accomplishments.
Right.
And then, of course, it's another opportunity to thank our volunteers.
That's right.
And to recognize
Absolutely.
our volunteers. And when we talk volunteers, we're really talking about when we are looking at the awards and the recipients.
That's right.
They come from businesses, organizations, churches, schools.
That's right.
Staff at the schools, students at the schools. And then
Every sector of
individuals.
the community.
Right, and individuals, yeah. So we
Absolutely.
touch every aspect of the community. And of course, we're recognizing those environmental stewards
That's
and those
right.
that are doing those wonderful things
That's
to display being stewards of the environment.
Yep.
And of course, we're recognizing whether it's an anti-litter campaign
That's
or
right.
recycling project or
That's right.
campaign
Or a
and
beautification project.
Right. So it's a chance for us to thank all of those
All the people who have
groups
worked
of
with
people,
us.
right? And just
It's
again, to
really a
recognize-
good time. It's a good, wonderful time of the year because really there are 2 staff people at Keep Columbus Beautiful.
Right.
And you're absolutely right. We have activities going on almost 12 months throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
But we couldn't make it happen without volunteers like you and volunteers like Helen or Beverly Kenner. Our chairperson, William Kent. We could not make our programs and projects work without you all being engaged, hands-on, with your hands on, helping to plan and implement these projects. And so I can't tell you enough of how much I thank you for taking on your volunteer role to be the chair of our awards luncheon for so many years. And you know, when you know from working in the workplace, it's hard to get people who are getting paid to do their job, let alone trying to get people who are volunteering to do it, you know? So it just brings on a new meaning for me, and it gives me a real fuzzy feeling on the inside to know that we have volunteers in this community like you all to make Columbus what it is today.
Well, working with individuals like yourself and Ava, who of course is your assistant, and all the other volunteers, it's
Right.
easy
That's it.
to say yes. But let me again get back to the awards luncheon, which
Okay.
again is Thursday, May the 11th. It's not a private affair. It's
No, it's
open
not.
to the
That's
public.
right.
They can make their reservations by contacting KCBC.
That's right.
Tickets are $30
That's right.
for adults, and then $20 for students. And it's a luncheon and a chance not to only recognize, but it's an afternoon of entertainment and
It
a lot of
is.
fun.
Right.
And we're excited this year. Our MC will be Mallory Hagan, a former Miss America.
That's right.
Mallory is
Absolutely.
originally from Auburn and Opelika, but was going to school in New York and won the title of Miss New York, and that's who she represented when she won Miss America, and she's now back in Auburn and going to schooling and employed over at WLTZ
And
locally.
she's doing a great job.
Right.
You know, she's covered quite a few of our events.
Right, so we're excited that Mallory has agreed to MC the program.
We are.
And that we'll have entertainment, and then we'll recognize all of those recipients this year.
And usually we transform the facility into a beautiful place for
And this
the
year,
awards luncheon.
gardens
And this year
is
it's going
the
to be
theme,
all
right.
about gardens.
Right.
So we want to make sure that everybody stay tuned.
And they will be able, at the luncheon,
Yes.
to get information and purchase tickets for the tour gardens, as a
Absolutely.
matter of fact.
That's right.
During that event as well. So
That's right. Well, Billy, I tell you, you retired from the school district, but you've never stopped going. You're like that ever-ready battery. You know, every time you hear things going on in the community, you can associate many of them with Dr. Billy Kendall. So we appreciate what you do. We really do. And we really do appreciate you all, our viewing audience. And things that or the events that we plan and implement, they could not be a success without your support. And we need your continuous support. You know, we'd like for you all to support Keep Columbus Beautiful in every aspect that you can. All of the programs that you hear of that we're promoting, we'd love for you all to participate in them. A couple of things that I know I need to bring to your attention is that we are finding more and more litter on our roadways. So the best way to change your behavior is for education. So please know and tell people that you know it's so important for them not to litter. Everything that's found on our major roadways can make its way to our our watershed, and that is the Chattahoochee Valley. We really depend on that water for our 100% daily usage of our water. So please encourage people that you know not to litter. And then also encourage people that you know who have those beautiful trucks that they're driving around in to really secure their loads. Because when we're riding up and down our highways and we see big bulky items out on our roadways, then we know no one just stopped and placed those there. They fell off of something. So it's important for us to really, really secure those loads. And we're working with law enforcement now to hopefully have them to ticket people who are violating the law. It's important for us to take on our responsibility to be good stewards to our environment. So make sure you share that information because, you know, education is the key. And also, if you're not recycling, call 311 and request your recycling bin today. They will bring it out to your door with information that you'll need to make sure that you're recycling the items that we're picking up. 311 is the number to call. Not only for recycling, if you see potholes, high grass, anything that is not natural to our environment, call 311 and report it so that it can be addressed. Because we are the eyes, the ears, the mouth, and the hands of our environment. And so it's important for us to be good stewards. And so we can start with you. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, April the 22nd, we are shredding papers from 9 until 1, 3 different locations, both parking lots for Kmart's on Macon Road, as well as Airport Thruway and Macedonia Baptist Church. And then we'll be over in Winterfield celebrating the cleanup that has been going on for almost a year over at Martin Luther King Elementary School, and we'll be there from 10 until 2. And then also our tour of gardens. It's May the 20th and the 21st. Our awards luncheon is on May the 11th. So call our office so that you can make your reservations or purchase your tickets today. Thank you again for tuning in. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next CCG TV, Keep Columbus Beautiful Earthnotes. You all have a good day.